So yesterday, all both the readings in class we did, I thought were really incredible, and I took a lot out of both of them because I think obviously, we read them in class, so they kind of like pertain to everything we've been doing in class so far. But specifically with the article about the Hermetic like theories and stuff, I was really struck by the contradiction aspect because I think a lot of people get frustrated with that sort of point in life. Like, oh, I need to have one answer, one thing needs to make sense, everything needs to be clear to me, there has to be just like one balance and one control and one sole purpose and reason and explanation. And that's not, as I've learned, that's not the case in life. And so I underlined a quote, and it was the one on the first page, and it says, "Sometimes the world is viewed as good, as penetrated by the presence of God and living proof of God's existence. At other times, it is seen as fundamentally flawed or defective, as a place to turn away from and let go of in return for a fuller, more authentic existence." And people would be frustrated by that, with the way that it was like displayed in the Hermetic doctrine, that it was like, what's the true answer? Is the world incredible or is it frustrating? But I sort of read that and thought, that's life, though. You go through these phases. Like, you're not going to always reach ultimate happiness. I kind of struggled with that a lot last year because I thought, like, when I was a little kid, I was really inherently happy, or maybe it was just kind of the ignorance is bliss thing, but I was inherently like happy and enjoying every little moment, even though there were awful things going on around me when I was growing up. I chose to ignore them, or I just wasn't like, it just, nothing was as present or prevalent to me because I didn't have as much of a responsibility or maturity or role in my life or in my family. And so I was really struggling, like, in recent years too, to want to return to that and want to have this just like strong ultimate happiness. I was always thinking, like, what can I do that will always make me happy? Like, my life sucks right now, what's going to make it better? And there's no one answer, and that's what I've come to realize. So you can't say that it's a contradiction when sometimes the world looks good and sometimes it looks bad, because today could be so different from tomorrow, which was different from the day before, and in a week or in a month or whatever, because you can go through, just like I said, there's these phases of, oh my gosh, life is incredible. Like, I don't know, just when you have something that fills you with euphoria, you're just kind of beaming and bursting and so just in a flow, high off of like the exhilaration of living and of being. And sometimes it's inexplainable, like, you don't understand what is making you that happy or making you feel that way. And then 2 days later, it's, oh, everything's awful, like, the world is against me, this sucks, nothing's ever going to become of me. And I think, as frustrating as it is for life to not have one set, I'm gonna be happy or I'm miserable, like, you never know. Life is so unpredictable, and it's frustrating, but as frustrating as that is, like I said, it's just the way that we have to live and go through life. And I think that was a really interesting point of the Hermetic tradition that I really just wanted to center on, because I've struggled with that contradiction, I guess, and trying to explain things that can't be explained or shouldn't be explained. And I think that also relates to the first article about the primal knowledge, because I don't know if I necessarily agree with primal knowledge, or the fact that there is, well, I understand and get and definitely believe in something that you have to, or I believe in the fact that you kind of have to believe in something. Like, you can't, as a culture and as humanity, we've struggled for hundreds of thousands of years to find an explanation behind things, like kind of with the contradiction stuff, and like, why does the sun rise? Why is all of this? And so we created, not necessarily created, because, well, I don't know, I don't want to get into that. We have religions to explain those things, and there's so many different religions and so many different ways of interpreting, but they all are on the basis of primal knowledge and explaining like where like what is inside of you that's inside of everyone that kind of links us all and is the like ultimate beginning and ending point in all of this. And I feel like at times in my life I want to say that I don't think there is necessarily primal knowledge, or maybe there is but there doesn't need to be at points. You don't have to always have one ultimate thing that's controlling everything or making it, I don't know. Like, I wonder why we can't. I wonder. I don't know how to say this, but okay, here. It says all existence arises out of one ultimate truth, and that humanity strives to know this truth. And I just kind of wonder why we do that. Why can't we just live and accept that living and the being of, I don't know, just embrace it as more of like a spiritual thing versus of, oh, we know. And I know religion is a spiritual thing, but it's not, I don't know. Sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes it's more than able to be explained through the Bible or the Quran or the Torah or any other religious doctrine. It's more than one primal knowledge. Like, you can't, I don't think that you can put a specific label on where we came from, and you just kind of at times have to accept that life is this continuously flowing thing that you can't necessarily control or explain, and your role is to find yourself and internally just express that, who you are, and not have to necessarily study other things or learn about you don't have to be, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to be in touch with the other world or the beginning of the world in order to know who you are and know how to like be a creative person and know how to just like express your soul and your passions. Yeah.